And welcome back to the Laboratory Podcast with Dex and Los, where we talk about basketball, we talk about life, and we talk about whatever the hell we like. It's me, it's Kobe, and my man to the right.
Shout out Kobe, getting a shout out today.
Let's get this shit started.
Indeed. How you doing today, brother?
It is the day after Kobe Day, but it is Kobe week.
It is Kobe week. His birthday was before that.
Yesterday was Kobe Day because we're a day late. Because things happen.
Life happens.
You know,
we're recording.
One domino falls, the rest of them do too.
Indeed.
You know,
that is how dominoes work.
Right.
All right. So before we get into what today's episode, like the bulk of it is going to be, we do want to go back to last week just a little bit and the comments and feedback we got. We always ask for it, so it's nice when when
it's
it
nice
happens.
when we get it.
It's I think it's natural to happen also too when we get we got top 10 lists. And stuff like that.
Because everybody's top 10 list is probably going to be different. Not everybody's going to be
slightly
in
different.
100% agreement.
Yeah. So I want to go with the first feedback we got. It was in the comments from my boy Zach.
Yeah. Shout out Zach,
aka Zem Mill.
Yeah.
So he had some thoughts about the fact that you had brought up Kyle Lowry, even in the honorable mentions when we were talking about the greatest point guard.
I seen it. I read it. I peeped it.
I asked him. I was like, "Dang, what you want with Lowe's?" He said, "Man, I had to rewind the episode to make sure I was hearing that shit correctly." But I'm agree with what you're saying, but just plead your case. So why you had Kyle Lowry?
So I saw Zach said, I know Los and say Kyle Lowry is in the honorable mentions.
Indeed.
Now let's say this. I think we can all agree on Kyle Lowry is a top 20 point guard of all time, right?
Yeah.
Correct? I think we can agree that he's top 20. I don't think we can name, 19. We already did the 10, so I don't think we can name, 9 more point guards that are better than him.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry, once again, I think we're all in agreement with saying that he's the greatest Raptor of all time. Indeed. He's more than likely going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I don't know about first ballot.
First ballot, no, but it's not it's not very hard to make the Basketball Hall of Fame, but he's still going to be in there.
I'm willing to bet the Raptors will retire his number.
Indeed.
He's a 6-time All-Star.
Indeed.
He does have one All-NBA.
It's just one?
Just one.
Damn,
just one All-NBA.
2 or 3. Hey, go ahead.
It was hard in the East.
It was tough in the East for them guards. Boy.
Yeah. And he's a champion.
What?
He is a champion. He is a ring holder.
He is. He also did have 2 names that me and you didn't bring up for the simple fact I think it would have been biased for me. That's the reason why I didn't bring him up. I think it's also recency that we didn't bring him up as well. We had Kyle Lowry there because he got a ring, but there's also one we definitely forgot that has a ring too, and that's Kyrie Irving.
Oh,
we definitely forgot Kyrie Irving.
Damn,
yeah, we forgot Kyrie.
Damn, and we sure did.
The reason why I left this one off the list is I was like, my bias is going to be shown if I say that one. It was Dame. Dame probably is up there too.
So Dame don't have a ring. We missed Dame. We missed Kyrie.
Yeah. And then my dad texted me too. It was like, y'all forgot
Bob Cousy.
I was like,
Bob Cousy.
I was like, you talking about 2 niggas who's born in '97, and you wanted Bob Cousy.
Bob Cousy. Hey.
I mean, I get it. You're not wrong.
He was the technically he was the originator of probably, the flashy pass. It wasn't all that flashy, but he'll throw it behind the back every now and again. I don't think people knew what that was till Bob Cousy came around.
That nigga knew we weren't gonna have no Bob Cousy on the list. I don't know why he thought that. Daddy, I know you listen, but still, I knew.
Shout out to Bob Cousy.
He does get the love.
He is an honorable mention.
We show love to the legends, the OGs in the game and all that stuff. But I said that we in the drug in the game and stuff. But like said that we was game bang.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
But yeah, man, I just wanted to clean that up a little bit because we did forget. We didn't put a whole lot of thought into the honorable mentions. We
just threw them out there. We put a little bit more thought this time. We're still not going to get to every single honorable mention.
Yeah, no, you didn't mention that. Obviously you can't. If I do honorable mentions for somebody who's super close to it, nah.
Yeah, they're not top 10.
It's the NBA's 75th year. If you want me to
go, you know who I wanted to bring up just for an honorable mention?
Yeah,
Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson don't get no love.
Kevin Johnson doesn't get no love.
He don't get no love.
I think he made a few All NBA teams if I'm not tweaking.
I think he had
like 2 or 3, maybe 4, but he got a few All NBA and All Stars. But Kevin Johnson definitely doesn't get the love.
Yeah, Kevin Johnson don't get no love.
I think my dad actually might have said Kevin Johnson too.
Shout out to Kevin Johnson.
Back. He definitely said something about Kevin Johnson. He's like, y'all didn't show him no. I was like, all right, my bad.
Shout out to Phoenix Suns point guard. Shout out to
Indeed.
I'm forgetting his name now. Drawing a blank on his name.
Wait, what happened?
I was gonna give a shout out to another point guard, but I forgot his name.
What's he?
The San Antonio Spurs. Tony Parker. We didn't bring up
that's
Tony
the one he was talking about. That's
Parker.
what he was talking. Tony Parker actually, you could very well argue like top 10. Not even arguable mention, like honorable mention. You could definitely argue Tony Parker top 10. Now when you watch that game, you might be like, all right, maybe he's not top 15, but
we get
that motherfucker's resume is elite.
We can say this. We can say this about Tony Parker. I think personally,
four of them things.
Four.
Yeah, 4 of them things.
Four. I personally think Tony Parker has the greatest floater of all time.
He does.
Okay.
He definitely does.
I didn't know if you were going to agree, but I think he has the best floater of all time.
That's the question. When I was little and I first saw the floaters like Derrick Rose was doing, I was like, damn, that's nice. And then I was looking up floaters and it was Tony Parker and Chris Paul.
Tony Parker highlights. Yeah.
Chris Paul's used to be nice too, just the way he used to do it. Like, he doesn't do it as much no more, but no, Tony Parker.
It's all mid-range jumpers from Chris Paul.
I'm not talking about now. Well, yeah, now too, but like Tony Parker is probably like the standard if you want to measure up to a floater.
Yeah, shout out to Tony
Trae
Parker.
Young might be the closest one to it right now.
Hey, Trae Young's
floater is pretty damn mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just wanted to clean up a little bit of last week's episode, but also, we got a little bit more on the docket for the day.
Yeah.
What you want to talk about next? You watched the doc, I think, right?
Yes, I did watch the documentary of the Malice in the Palace.
If y'all haven't watched it,
we suggest that you
go watch it.
It's a very good watch.
Yeah, it's
so if you got an hour in your day.
Yeah, it was only an hour. It was real quick to watch. I think I watched it last week after we finished the podcast, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it did teach me a lot more, like not only the stuff behind the scenes that happened, but like that happened like 05, 04. I was like 7 or 8.
Yeah,
We
didn't know what was going on. We just saw a bunch of dudes fighting.
I saw niggas fighting on TV, and I was like,
yeah, I like that.
But like thinking back on it, like I wasn't aware of how good that team was. And then every team always says that too. Like, man, we were probably gonna win a chip. But when you really look back at it, like that is probably one of the better what if teams.
Yeah.
It's a hellified if, but like
who was in the championship 2005?
05. It was the Spurs and the Cavs. No, not the Cavs. Spurs
and Nets.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't the Nets.
05. Spurs. I don't think it was the Nets. Was it the Nets?
I think it was the Nets.
I'm gonna feel. Look,
who was in 2007?
07. It was Spurs Cavs and the Spurs.
Yeah, then 05 would be the Spurs and the Nets.
What the fuck?
Because 06 is the Heat.
Yeah, I was saying 06 was the Heat and man. Are you sure it was the Nets? Like, you're positive? Like 1,000%.
I'm not 100%.
Look it up real quick while I talk about this.
2005. I want to say it's the Nets, but I could be wrong. Unless did the Pistons go back?
I don't think the Pistons went back. Pistons be. Look that shit up. I'm just really finding the blank right now. I don't know why I'm drawing the blank.
It is. Yeah, the Pistons went back. It was the Spurs and the Pistons.
Spurs and Pistons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn, when the fuck the Nets go? Was it 2002?
It was like 01 to 02. It was one of them early ass years, but it definitely wasn't then, because that's when they got their ass beat the fuck. It was like 02. It's either 2000 or 02, but I think it was 02.
Damn. Well, they had a real small window.
Very, very small window. But
Pacers had a really small window.
But yeah, Reggie, like he said, Reggie was on his last legs. But the team that they had, you had like young Jermaine O'Neal, who won for no shit, and was like, he blossomed into this like all-star defensive presence. Then they had Ron Artest, who was just
the perimeter defensive presence and angry,
and who's just all around wild.
If there was ever a term for unpredictable, it was Ron Artest in 2004.
And then they added Steven Jackson to the equation. Who
is also unpredictable, but a more mellow unpredictable.
No, that team was mad nice, bro. Like, that's crazy. And they barely like lost to the Pistons like the year before.
Yeah.
On some like stupid shit, like on some just like they were saying, like, on some not mentally tough stuff. But Ben Wallace talking in there
scares me. It's got to be the scariest man on the planet, not named Mike Tyson.
At only 6'8".
All right, 6'8", but 300 pounds of muscle. That's a scary dude, man.
He only looks scarier with the gray hairs now too. He just look like I'm really not I'm not talking.
He didn't look as scary with the braids, but with the fro out, that's scary. Now he looks taller. He looks bigger now. That's a scary dude.
Oh man.
No wonder why he locked up Shaq. Shaq probably was like, "Oh, this voice is deeper as mine." What am I supposed to do with this?
Shaq was like,
I dominate everybody. This dude ain't dominating this. He's just not backing down.
He's like, I can't bully this 6'8".
He went from barbecue chicken to this is Popeye's biscuits. What am I supposed to do with this?
Barbecue.
No water available.
But yeah, I recommend that watch. I didn't know that they felt that way about Ron Artest. Like he said, he's like, I was a coward. What's crazy, I remember watching like that interview after he won, and he brought up the Pacers. I was like, why the fuck you bringing up the Pacers? That shit was like 5 years ago.
It's stuck in his mind forever.
Yeah, he said I was a coward. I was a coward then. I was like in therapy, but shit, I was trying to calm. Like it. He's like, I just wasn't in a situation I wanted to keep going back to. Yeah. Like stuff like that. That's like it's crazy what you see like with these. This is before like mental health advocacy was even really a thing.
Yeah, people really didn't know back then.
Really didn't know like what was going on.
They probably like this nigga Ron Artest is weird.
This motherfucker's crazy. But yeah, like that whole situation is why he's like that's probably one of the best what if teams.
Yeah.
And not in the history. Well, yeah, in the history, I guess. But like, damn, what if this didn't happen? Like, I did not remember that they suspended that motherfucker the whole season.
What if that cup was not thrown?
Yeah. Boy, the thing that had me dying was the dude after. What's his name? Haddad or something? Or Hadid? Or I don't remember his name. Punched? The dude that got knocked off. He was like, his
name was David.
They would say his last name.
I don't know his last name. I just know that dude's name is David.
Bro, that shit had me crying, bro.
Well, you know what made me mad
juiced up Ron Artest, and you walk up. He didn't even like stay up, but he was like this. I would not. If I see Ron Artest just after a fight, I'm doing.
Well, the detective said like they came down 7 or 8 rolls to get down to the floor.
Yeah.
So obviously you had a plan to get to the floor to see some NBA player, to do something.
But if I just see the apparently they say every ref hated ref in the Pistons and they hated ref in the Pacers. So when they played each other, it was like fuck.
Gosh darn it, here we go again.
And then you as a fan are aware of how the team is.
Like, the dude David, what made me mad.
These were the short dude who got punched by Ron.
Yeah. He said. He was like, and then Jermaine O'Neal came up and ran on me, and I didn't see him. And I thought that was kind of a bitch move. You know what I think is a bitch move, sir? Going onto an NBA court and you have no business being there. That's what I think.
Hey, bro.
And then complaining. And then complaining on the camera, it was like, my whole face hurts. I think it's fractured. I think I got to go to the hospital. And he literally goes to the hospital. He has a whole C-collar on after just getting punched in the face and is laying on the stretcher and goes to the hospital.
He didn't even connect for real on the punch.
He really didn't.
I'm not trying to say that shit didn't hurt. That shit probably hurt, but obviously he was trying to chase a bag after that.
Yeah, he had a busted lip, and that was it.
Yeah, he was like, my whole face hurts. I was like, you lucky he did connect. And they were saying it was like, if Jermaine didn't slip, I think that dude would have died.
Well, he would have been knocked out for sure. He probably would have fractured his face for real.
Yeah,
that's a big dude to be running at you.
Running at you, and then what we say last week, Falcon punch. That's a for real life Falcon. Nigga ran and he slipped like right.
Yeah. Right as he was getting ready to connect, he's slipping. So he went. Ugh.
Shit still probably.
It kind of brushed off him.
I didn't realize how thoroughly the NBA, or my bad, David Stern. I knew they had gripes with him as a commissioner, but I feel like he also didn't handle that situation.
Well, David Stern said, "Decision now." That's it.
It was like, who will help you?
Don't look at.
He said, "Who will help make that decision for you?" He was like, "Just me."
Me, David Stern.
Me, 1-0.
The NBA.
He said it was unanimous, 1-0.
Yeah,
I was like,
that was
damn.
kind of funny.
It was funny as shit, but I was like, damn.
If there was ever a flex, that's the biggest flex, right?
Yeah,
1-0, me. I'm head honcho.
And then the fact that like he had nothing for the fans though, and then the police were like, no, we're gonna get stuff going on. Yeah. They got the dude who threw it, and they had that motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right, we giving away too much.
We're giving away the whole thing. Still, just go watch it.
Go watch it. It's a very, especially if you rock with those dudes. Like I personally, I like I like Stack, like Steven Jackson a little bit. I like Jermaine O'Neal when I was little. I like Ron Artest because he was just like
Meta world peace.
Yeah, meta world peace. Unpredictable. So that team itself was really nice. And if you rock with Reggie Miller, you might not like this episode, but you'll like that. So go.
Shout out Reggie Miller.
Anything else you want to talk about before we get to the nitty gritty?
Just to bring up real quick, shout out to J.R. Smith.
Oh yeah.
Who's now an NCAA freshman.
Yeah.
At the age of 35.
36, I think.
35.
Whatever.
I looked it up.
All right.
He is 36.
Now. I just went for 36.
Oh, no, he is a freshman.
All right, ruining my jokes.
At NC
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. NC State A&T, or is it NC A&T State?
I think it's just NC A&T.
There's a state in there somewhere.
I thought it was just North Carolina Architectural and Technology. That's what I thought
State.
It was. All right, sure. HBCU.
Right, HBCU. Who will be playing golf. He is a walk-on. Is it golf player?
Yeah.
Golfer.
I would just say golfer.
Okay. He is a walk-on golfer.
Yeah. Shout out to J.R. Smith. I know he said like that meant a lot to him to like, you know, he said I'm proud to call myself like a student athlete because if y'all don't know, he came straight out of high school. Yeah. Straight to the league.
That's pretty cool. They allowed that though.
Yeah. I was
played in the NBA for.
I think if he were trying to play basketball, they would have been like, Nah, you played that professionally.
Yeah. But he never got into college, so I mean he was eligible. Yeah, and they allowed it.
Yeah.
So shout out to it.
Yeah, I did want to give a shout out.
I want to watch golf now just to see J.R. Smith. Just to see J.R. Smith.
No.
I hope
he said. Did you see the what they be calling a clapback that he had for like House of Highlights? Because I don't know if it's House of Highlights or Bleach Report or somebody, and he had a little clap. It was like, all right, the Hendy jokes can die now. Like I'm a black man. Like stigmatizing me for this. Boy, J.R. Smith is super articulate. If people don't know, I don't think
he wrote a whole children's book. Like, people don't know J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith be like, he looks like a nigga, but he really is. That motherfucker's name is Earl. I mean, that doesn't help. Earl. Actually, that doesn't help the case I'm trying to make. But still, J.R. Smith is like, I think the prep school he went to, he was smart as shit when he was in high school. He just like once he got to leave, was like, this motherfucker's tatted. And didn't go to college.
He's tatted. He smokes the weed. He
has to be a nigga. Like
smokes the weed. But shout out to J.R. Smith.
Shout out to J.R. Smith.
If I was him, boy, I'd be in heaven at an HBCU.
Oh, man.
All the beautiful brown ladies out there.
Oh, no. You gotta leave him alone because some of them is freshly 18. So
yeah. He's also married.
He is also married.
There was something else I want to say. Oh, I hope he brings in revenue. I'm pretty sure like that'll be a big just
attraction.
Off his namesake.
Like you alone just said you don't even. I don't think J.R. Smith is one of your like favorite players, but the buzz that you was like, well, I kind of want to. You like J.R. Smith?
Yeah, I like J.R. Smith. Yeah. He's funny. He's hilarious. He plays the golf now.
Yeah, it's not a J.R. Smith isn't like a polarizing player where it's like, well, I really don't like. I don't think it's anybody who's like, I hate J.R. Smith.
Maybe someone Cleveland.
Yeah, I was like maybe
some people in Cleveland, but other than that, he's cool. He's cool all around the league.
Yeah, even when he bounced around the league, everywhere he was, I think they rocked with him when he was there, like fan bases and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty sure there's not a whole lot of people who leave New York and New York still loves them, and I'm pretty sure J.R. Smith is one of them.
Still loved in New York.
Still loved in New York.
That's tough. That's tough.
That's very tough. It's very tough
to leave New York and still be loved in New York.
Anything else you got?
Nah, that's all I got.
All right, cool. So y'all know last week we had our top 10 point guards of all time. So we moving on, like we said, week by week by week. We gonna keep going with this. And this week is shooting guard. So this week we're gonna both be giving our like top 10 shooting guards of all time. We're gonna start from 10 because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same once we start getting to the top.
Top 3 should be the same. top 3 should be the same. And every person who ever watched basketball in the history of their life should have the same top 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any order you want to have it, whatever.
No. This isn't the top 3 of all time. It's top 3 shooting guards.
Some people like Kobe more than Mike, So
say top 2. Don't say top 3 to me. Try to hear that shit. You want to go first or you want me to go first?
You could start it off.
All right, so my 10.
Right.
My 10.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Let's hear it.
I'm kicking it off with bias.
Oh.
Bias. Oh. Bias may play a little part in this. I got Tracy McGrady as my 10.
All right.
I got Tracy McGrady as my 10. Tracy McGrady was in his prime he was the best scorer in the league. I think twice. But he's one of the best scorers in the league. Kobe has also said he can do everything I can do, but he's 6'8" and strong.
Yeah.
I like watching T-Mac and Kobe battles. I don't think T-Mac won a lot of them, but I still like seeing the battles. T-Mac, I used to rock with T-Mac a whole lot when I was little. I still do. I wish T-Mac would have got a ring. He unfortunately didn't. He wasn't able to do a whole lot once he got to the playoffs, unfortunately, though. Yeah. He wasn't able to carry the team how he needed to, or how he wanted to carry the team. Because no matter who he was playing, he was in the West, so he was drawing the short end of the stick more times than not. But yeah, T-Mac is probably one of the probably if I had to pick five of my favorite players, he'd be up there. With who I wish got a ring.
I feel
before their career ended.
I don't disagree.
Right.
I do not disagree. Do I have him in my top 10? I do not.
All right.
Only reason why I don't is just because his prime was cut short with injuries. So he didn't have the longevity of my number 10.
Okay.
Who is Reggie Miller. So Reggie Miller is my number 10. I mean, technically, we could say for a while he was the greatest shooter on the planet.
For a while.
And
then Ray Allen came.
Yeah, then Ray Allen came, and then Steph Curry came. And Klay Thompson, is making his argument. Yeah. Even though he hasn't played the last 2 seasons, but I still like him. Yeah. But yeah, Reggie Miller at one point was considered the best shooter on the planet. He
used to give Michael Jordan them fits.
Yeah, he does. He does have 2 finals one finals appearance.
Yeah. A few conference finals appearances. I think.
Yeah, a few conference finals appearances. So 4. You could almost you could almost say he was a winner. Almost. Not quite there.
He played Mike though.
Yeah, it was kind of tough. And then you played Mike Jr. and Kobe in 2000. So
I was gonna say, if there's anybody whose window, like, it's so many like players who like all time greats, and their window was just like happened between 2 of the other greatest like of that generation. Yeah, so.
Reggie Miller is also a 5-time All-Star.
He is 5-time.
Granted, he probably would have had more if there wasn't a certain individual on the Chicago Bulls.
And others. It wasn't even just me. It wasn't even just Mike. He didn't even make it as reserve some years.
Yeah, so. But Reggie Miller is my top 10.
Reggie Miller is well respected.
He paved the way for
the rest of them.
For the rest of these greatest shooters of all time.
All right, you can go 9 then.
My number 9 is somebody who I just recently brought up, which is Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson does have 3 rings.
3. I believe 3 of them things.
I could be wrong, but I think he's a 7-time All-Star. I think 7.
Probably about right.
Hold on, let me double check real quick. But Klay Thompson, he has 3 rings. Very valuable to those 3 rings.
Yeah. That's. I also say the second one. They didn't even win in the run I'm talking about. He saved their ass a lot. I also have Klay Thompson 9. Yeah. Klay Thompson has. I know it's his job to contribute, but he's bailed out. I'm not gonna say Steph, but he's bailed out the Warriors a whole lot more times than not.
Let's not forget the 60 and 3 quarters.
60 points in 3 quarters. That like man, if there's when their player gets hot, it's very few who are more dangerous than Klay Thompson. When
I was wrong. 5-time All-Star.
Still 5-time All-Star. He's been in the league since 2011. Probably didn't start hooping since. Till like 2013, 14, and he's also been hurt the last 2 years. Yeah. So that's pretty fucking impressive to me.
That's why he's still at 9 though.
Yeah.
So I don't have him above, my number 8 because he's been injured for the last 2 seasons.
He has been injured, which does he probably would be higher if he was playing recently. And Klay is actually not. I don't want to say he's a lockdown defender. He's a very good defender.
He's a very above average defender.
I think he's a little overrated defensively. Well, not overrated. Just from how they talk about, like, well, you can put him on any player and he'll shut him down.
Yeah, they say like he's elite.
Yeah,
he's defensive player of the year.
He's not shut him. Yeah, he's not shut him down. No, I get all defensive teams, but give him the respect for that. But like I don't know. To me, he doesn't have like the hand. Like, you don't need to have hands to be a good defender. Don't get me wrong, because he's still strong. He can guard like 1s and 2s, but like when you say like, well, yeah, he can like shut. Like, you're not putting. We see what happens if you put him on LeBron. Yeah. And like if you put him on,
that's
like,
no good.
Yeah, like that's stuff like that. Like, given I'm using elite players, but it's still like, I don't know. I feel like Klay Thompson gets cooked a little too much for how they be talking about him. Yeah. On like for the commentators, commentators be talking about him.
Still an above average defender.
A very above average defender, though. I'm pretty sure our 8s are the same then. Because, like, what your comments just were. So I got Jesus Shuttlesworth. At 8.
Yes.
Oh, you said, I was like, what are you doing?
I like that you brought in Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Jesus Shuttlesworth. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know Ray Allen. Walter Ray Allen.
Yeah. Ray Allen, before, I know a lot of people, like, it gets diluted because he is one of the greatest shooters of all time. And I feel like people just reduce him down to a shooter. That came on pretty much the back end of his career.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, well, my game is growing. I have a shot. I'm going to super perfect this now. Yeah. When he was younger, Ray was a bucket. He
from
was,
anywhere.
From any and everywhere. He was dunking on motherfuckers.
Yeah.
The handle was there.
Yeah.
Once he got a little bit older, he started, like, once he got to I'll say, like, the Celtics, because that was probably the turning point where he was like, well, we don't need you to have your ball in your hand to keep creating.
Right.
And he was like, fuck it, I'm going to just catch and shoot. And he did that pretty damn well.
Did it pretty damn
well.
Got him 2 rings.
Did get him 2 rings.
Got him 2 rings. Just
one of the top 5 clutchest shot in the finals. Probably, well, in the playoffs, probably ever, for sure. Hey, no, that's if he doesn't hit that, they lose that. I just saw that shit the other day, too. I hate what if shit, but it's a crazy what if, but it's still like,
if he missed that, then
but it was like if Ray Allen misses this and everything else, like they say, stays the same. Like after it was like LeBron is 3-7 in the finals. It was like Tracy McGrady gets a ring. Kawhi has 3 rings. Tim Duncan has the same finals record as Kobe. It's a whole bunch of shit. It's crazy. I also hate what if things too, though. But it is a crazy ass what if. Just because there's so many things that would, like, if he didn't hit that shot. But guess what? He did.
Yeah.
He made it. And I was mad as fuck when he did at that time.
I was too. As a diehard Bulls fan and a Heat hater. That was tough to watch. That was real tough to watch.
Watching it now, it's like, this nigga really made. Every time you see the highlight pop up, this nigga really made that shit.
I remember when he made that. I feel like every Bulls fan, including myself, came up with every excuse in the book as to why that shot shouldn't have counted. They're like, he traveled, or or no, like that's an over the back rebound from Chris Bosh, and we came up with anything and everything, like
everything under the
to not justify that shot going in. But there was nothing wrong.
Call that.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong.
It was just a wonderful shot.
Yeah,
off balance and all. Like that's just rushed and
The basketball guys looked down on LeBron and the Heat very well that day, and that's what happened.
But Ray Allen was a bucket when he was with the Bucks, when he was with the Sonics, and then he turned his role over a little bit and didn't have the ball as much, but he's still very much a problem.
We could say that Ray Allen was probably whenever he was on the court was probably the most in shape person on that court.
Motherfucker was. I don't think he missed a whole lot of games, if at all. Well, he missed some, obviously. I don't think it's a whole lot of players who never missed a game. But yeah, Ray Allen was like what they be calling Iron Man. Like that motherfucker never gets hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like shout out, like I said, Jesus Shuttlesworth. What are you looking at?
10-time All-Star Ray Allen. 10 times.
You just went down each one and counted it.
No,
I'll be going to Wikipedia and just be saying like how many All-Stars it is, so I got to keep counting. But yeah, 10-time All-Star.
10-time All-Star.
Probably could argue
Hall of Famer.
You could probably argue him higher on this list. You very well could. And
2-time NBA champ. 2-time All-NBA.
Two of them things. Yeah. My 7 is this where people might get a little mad at me for, but I got Clyde. As my 7. Do you not have Clyde at 7?
I do.
What?
Wait.
We ain't got no diversity right now.
Do I?
We ain't got no diversity right now, man.
I do have him 7. Yeah.
Nah.
I do have him 7.
I should put him higher just so we can argue. Clyde, but just to show y'all how elite Clyde was, Clyde, they were comparing Mike to Clyde damn near. And then once Mike got on the scene,
Mike was like,
they was like, once Mike got here, they was like, all right, so that's he's that dude now.
Yeah.
It's not as like Clyde was smooth as hell. Clyde was a bucket. Clyde averaged, I think,
the Glide.
He did a little bit of everything. I'm pretty sure his career average is like 25 and 5. And considering he was in the league for I think a few seasons after that, like the last 5.
If you want to round up, it's 26 and 6.
26 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I think his last 4 seasons he didn't have like a really great role, but he still played like a pretty decent amount of games, so that probably affected those averages down a little bit. Might water them down, kind of like how Melo's probably getting watered down right now.
Right.
So Clyde was like that. Had a couple conference finals. My bad. Had a couple finals appearances. He did run into some mean motherfuckers in that process, though.
Ran into Michael Jordan.
He ran into Magic Johnson a couple of times in the conference final. Yeah. It's a lot. And he did get his one, though.
He got one, though.
He got his one.
When Mike was gone.
It wasn't Mike was gone, but guess what? He got his one.
Yeah, he got his one.
He found his one and was like, I'm going to jump through it. I'm going to jump through that.
10-time All-Star.
10 of them things, for real. Clyde was a bucket. If you could, like, when I used to watch those tapes, like, Clyde was smooth as hell, bro. Clyde was smooth as hell.
His head was, too.
You said what?
His head. Top of that head was pretty smooth. Whoa. Mine's not smooth right now. It's been a couple days.
Oh, shit. Who's your 6?
My number 6 is... Who did I put number 6?
He can't count.
James Harden. I'll put James Harden number 6.
Controversy! From me, not from you. Maybe. We'll see. We'll find out.
We'll see.
Go ahead with your reasons for James Harden.
So, James Harden, I have him number 6 just because by the time he finishes his career, he'll be top 5.
Okay. All right, yeah.
He is an MVP, as we know.
Probably should have been 2.
Yeah, he is a multiple-time scoring champ.
And assist champ. 1. At least 1.
1. I believe he has 1.
One.
Yes. So, I have him number 6 just because the only reason why I don't have him higher.
That ring.
Is that ring. He has a finals appearance. But it was when he was 6th man. It was
before he was him.
Yeah, it was before James Harden was James Harden.
He was just Harden.
Yeah, that was just him coming off the bench. So he hasn't gotten a finals appearance yet. The rest of these guys have at least had a finals appearance or a ring. The rest, like the top 5.
Okay.
But if he just a finals appearance, he's top 5 then.
Just getting there.
Yeah.
He also has not had the. I'll talk about that for a little bit more. But I'll go with my 6. I got controversy. Jerry West is my number 6. Controversial, probably. The logo is my number 6.
No, controversial. No tree.
All right. It might be a little recency bias,
Right.
But
I understand.
Jerry West is one of those players we didn't get to see a whole lot of, but I recognize the impact he had on the game. He is.
I saw him on 2K.
Jerry West is one of the. Is it him? Right?
You know what? We see him every NBA game.
I fucking hate you.
We do. We see him every single NBA. Every time there's an NBA game on, we see him.
I hate you.
Because that man is the logo.
I hate you so much.
That man is the logo.
I hate you. I think it's Jerry West, right? He's the only player.
Only player in NBA history with a Finals MVP and did not win
the Finals. Yeah.
Did not win the Finals.
He did get one, and he didn't get Finals MVP when he won.
That was Wilt. Big Wilt dog.
But yeah, Jerry West is. He actually, you could consider him a 1 or a 2. His is pretty much split down the middle, damn near, when it comes to position.
Indeed.
But I think he's usually. I usually classify him as a 2. I think. Well, you obviously do as well. I'm pretty sure.
14-time All-Star.
Fourth fucking team. God damn.
Indeed.
That's pretty much all the years he played.
Indeed.
He played from 60 to 59 to 74. He had the All-Star for each year, pretty much.
Yeah.
Jerry West was like that though. Jerry West was a bucket.
He was a scoring champ.
Jerry West was a bucket.
He was an assist champ.
Literally.
And he played a little bit of defense.
Little bit of that defense when motherfuckers couldn't move left to right with the ball in their hands.
Wasn't no crossovers.
No,
it was just dribble to the left, dribble to the right.
Yeah. But yeah, Jerry West, he's a legend. I get that. I have him at 6 just because my top 5, I think, are a little bit more skilled. But I recognize that Jerry West brings to the game, and also
he's the logo.
Yeah, that's why I said brings to the game.
The logo.
It needs to be Kobe. So it needs to change.
It needs to be Kobe. But as of right now, it's Jerry West.
They be saying it every time on TV. It's the logo. All right, we get it. So he probably so tired of that nickname at this point. He probably
why am I still the logo? Why? That shit was 48 years ago. Why am I still the logo?
They be saying, "What up, logo?" My name's Jerry.
I'm Jerry, Mr. West to you, sir.
Oh man, my fifth is
Wake Up, Mr. West. Mr. West. Go ahead.
My fifth is who you had six. I got James Harden.
Okay.
I'm not a really big fan of triple doubles.
So we got them switched.
Yeah, we got them switched. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Because Jerry West is my fifth.
Yeah.
I had no need to argue because I already did the arguing.
Yeah. The reason why I have James Harden fifth is you can argue him higher, but right now, bias. Recency bias. Recency bias, probably. But James Harden has had the unlucky luck. I don't know how else to put it, of having to face the Warriors for that whole span that they were there.
Hey, that's Reggie Miller went through it.
Yeah, Reggie Miller went
Clyde
through Mike
Drexler
and all
through
that. Yeah, all them kind of had
better
to go
figure
through
it out, James Harden.
But yeah, having all those guys there, it's been tough for James Harden. He kind of, all right, hold on, really, let me say this: if he gets to the finals right now, with Kevin Durant and Kyrie, you'll put him up
probably
to the okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was gonna be like, well, you're supposed to get there with them guys.
I mean, you are supposed to get there with those guys, but hey, a finals appearance is a finals appearance as long as you're contributing to it, and there's no doubt that James Harden's going to be
contributing to it.
Yeah, considering that he's going to be the de facto point guard.
Yeah.
And Kyrie's just out there to put the ball in the basket.
Probably should move him to the point guard list, but he's played most of his career at the two, so we leaving him there. Right. I'm pretty sure our top four are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just show love to them real quick, though. Who you got for?
Allen Iverson.
Indeed.
Does have a finals appearance.
And went crazy.
And
for the first few games, and then...
with Eric Snow as his point guard.
And then Kobe and Shaq was
Now, here's why...
With Kobe and Shaq.
Here's where I like... So, Allen Iverson, we put him in the shooting guards right now, right?
Yeah.
I only put him in the shooting guards because it's convenient.
Yeah. I think me and you talked about this top before.
10. Because... if it was up to me,
it'd just be a section for combo guards.
It would be a section for combo guards, and he would be the greatest combo guard of all time.
Not Jerry West. Oh yeah, he's over Jerry West, but him.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of who would be on that list. Like we could have him, James Harden, Jerry West. I'll put
Lou Will in there. I don't know where I would put him, but I'll throw him in there. Yeah,
I would throw him in there.
Jamal Crawford, I'll throw him in there somewhere.
I feel like you're just saying 6 men at this point.
I mean, yeah, but technically 6 men tend to be combo guards a lot. Yeah. James Harden's a combo guard.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he started off as a 6 man. Yeah. Allen Iverson, MVP.
Yeah.
Ringless, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
We've talked about AI before, and that's probably one of my favorite episodes that we've done so far.
Where we gave him love because he is the top 5 most influential player, and for some reason
it was top 4.
Was it?
It was top 4. It was top 4 on the list because me and you both said I feel like top 5.
I feel like we saw a 5 and they still didn't put him at 5.
I don't know. It was Mount Rushmore of influence or something like that. And I remember because we were like, why is this only 5? Like
it's
4.
Still, I mean, he should still be top 4 no matter.
Yeah,
what.
no, that's
he should probably be top 3.
Indeed.
I mean. Indeed. Arm sleeves are a thing because of him. Headbands are a thing because of him. Niggas wearing anything they want to the arena is because of him.
And then 3, 2, and 1. I'm pretty sure we all got the same. There should be no different order.
Wait, before we move on from Allen Iverson, let me put some accolades for him. He is a three-time steals champ.
3 times.
Out here playing defense. We don't talk about Allen Iverson playing defense, but
great help defender. Yeah, he was undersized, so I don't know who y'all was expecting to lock up at the 2.
When you got guard, Kobe.
Yeah,
it's tough. Even though they probably still put Eric Snow
probably
on him, but nonetheless,
regardless,
Derek Fisher.
Now AI was fast as shit too. So him coming through those passing lanes, that's still an underrated part. I think he's had interviews before. He was like, I never got love for all defense teams, and I let the league multiple times in steals. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of other players who don't get that kind of love. He doesn't
have any
All defense. He wasn't like a slouch defensively either. Well, I feel like in that era you couldn't be a slouch defensively. Even he probably could because he was AI. But like even still, you still had to like you weren't just like letting motherfuckers score.
Yeah.
Like you still had to play defense. You weren't probably like a lockdown defender. But if he were to play now, he would be considered that just because the intensity that if he played with like how he played then now, he would probably be one of the better defensive guards in the league.
Probably. Yeah. 11-time All-Star.
11.
4-time scoring champ.
4 of them things. Damn, that nigga's a bucket, bro.
Yeah.
That nigga's
MVP.
He did get the MVP. He probably only 5, and he's only like, what, 5'10"? How many times All-NBA was he? Does it say it?
He is a 7-time All-NBA selection.
I thought it was 8. I was one off.
You say it's 5'10"? I don't know. I think he's a solid 6 foot. He might be a real 6 foot.
I think he might be 5'10" for real.
I don't know. I'd have to stand next to him.
Yeah, look,
to figure it out.
He's my same height. He was doing that in my height. Damn.
Did you see? Speaking of, just real quick, did you see Isaiah Thomas came out recently and said he's like I'm not 6'1". He's like I lied.
Oh, he's my OG Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, he's like 5'11".
Yeah, he's like it was controversial for anybody to draft a 6'1" point guard because they all wanted big guards.
Yeah.
He's like I had to lie. Couldn't say I was 5'11", I was 6'1".
And they were still like, nah, that's still. All right, come on. Yeah. Why not?
I think Allen Iverson might be a solid 6 feet though. I've seen him standing next to Chris Paul, and he's
pretty close.
He's a little bit taller than Chris Paul.
Chris Paul out here 5'9". I don't think we have to go. We have to go through them anyway, but I don't think there's much gripe we'll get about the top 3.
Iguodala, no.
Iguodala. Wade number 3,
right?
Fitting.
3-time champ.
Think that's fitting. 3 number 3.
1-time scoring champ.
1-time scoring champ. Probably got gypped up an MVP.
But they had to give it to Kobe 08.
They had to give it to Kobe.
Kobe deserved it.
I don't even think in 08, that's not what I'm talking about. They had to give it to LeBron in 09. That was it. He was going crazy.
Who, D-Wade?
Yeah.
He was going crazy both of them years.
Yeah, but he wasn't as close in 08. Chris Paul.
Chris Paul was runner-up 08.
Yeah. Yeah, man, D-Wade, one of the fact that he's on this list and he didn't have a reliable, like, 3-point jumper,
that goes to show something.
Goes to show you how great that motherfucker
leads
is.
the league all time amongst shooting guards for blocks.
Indeed. He
at 6'4".
He came in with bad knees and still squeezed out a first ballot Hall of Fame career.
Yeah. No meniscus.
Came in bad knees.
Let me just take this out real quick. I don't need it.
Came in bad knees.
Let me still fly through the lane.
Getting buckets. Flying through the lane, at least he was like, I gotta land. I gotta fall so I don't keep dying. He got that shit from AI. I was like, that's how I'm preserving myself.
I'm just gonna fall every single time.
Every single time I go to the basket.
Unless I'm dunking on Anderson Bears out.
then I'll get up and do this.
Stand.
Mean mug and do this shit after. You gotta fight somebody, bro. If you get dunked on in the league, I'm sorry.
Hey, it's not gonna happen.
Nah.
I'm not finna be in the paint. What am I in the paint for? It's the last place I should be. The shortest person on the team. Why am I in the paint?
But we can go viral.
No. Yeah, go viral for me getting dunked on.
Do what you got to do.
Hey, it is what it is. Whatever gets us money, I guess.
I almost got dunked on, too. I can't even say nothing.
Close to it.
Boy, I was mad as shit.
It was close.
But he laid it up.
Yeah. Anyway, number 2, Kobe Week, Kobe Bean, the second greatest shooting guard of all time. 5-time champ.
I can. This is the one you like top 2.
1-time MVP.
Go ahead, keep finishing. Go ahead.
81 points in a game. 81.
That's called motherfucking buckets, nigga. You know nothing about that.
Man. Hey, you just turn up.
Boy, you don't get the reference, boy.
No.
Why?
I'm scared.
You ain't never seen that clip from damn.
18-time All-Star. Whole career with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Entire career with the Lakers.
Should have been with the Bulls.
2-time Finals MVP.
Should have been to the Bulls in like 07, but it's okay.
It's cool. He was looking at houses. He was getting ready to come here.
Only reason he didn't come was because they was trying to include Luol Deng in the trade package. He was like, "No, I want to play with Luol Deng."
Yeah, I would too. I need help.
I need
somebody to play defense here.
Help. Somebody else got to play defense too.
You know what? Let's say this real quick, because nobody else has this.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant leads the league all time in I think all defensive team selections.
He had like 12, right?
Yeah, 12. Yeah. I don't think anybody.
Nobody else might not have more. And he didn't. What's crazy? He didn't start playing defense until he wasn't like out the gate playing defense when he came in the league. He was. I forgot who cooked him. If it was AI,
I think it was Allen Iverson.
I can't remember. If it was Allen Iverson. I can't remember if it was AI or T Mac. I remember one of them cooked him, and he was like,
"That's enough of that."
He's like, "No more." And he came back the next season. It probably was after 01. What was his first defensive selection? Was it 02?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
That shit was whenever he started playing defense, he came in and he was lethal. And
we talk about we talk about Kobe and the scoring. We love Kobe and the fadeaways. Putting buckets on dudes' heads. But don't forget, Kobe will lock you up on all
Kobe was locking up whoever you wanted him to. That was 1 through 3.
Yeah.
And actually locking up whoever he wanted to 1 through 3. Yeah. And it was hard fought.
Shout out to the lockup on Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, that shit gets brought up like every 2 months.
I love it. I love that.
They keep saying it was like Kyrie thought he had his AI versus Jordan moment, and Kobe was like, "This ain't that shit, bro. This ain't that."
Bro. And that was the year that Kyrie was like, "I want to play you 1-on-1. You can't beat me. You can't guard me."
What did he say, 50,000 or something? When they was at Team USA,
like, easy, buddy.
Yeah,
easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. Nah.
Yeah, Kobe,
Kyrie,
Kobe Bean. No, definitely top 2. I think undoubtedly most people have Mike 1, but people argue, and I get the argument. It's like I'm okay with it.
That Kobe's their GOAT.
Kobe's there. Obviously, not Kobe can be your GOAT. Like, I'm not mad about that. Yeah. But
Kobe's I wouldn't say he's my GOAT, but he's my second favorite player of all time.
Right.
And no matter where you put Kobe, as long as it's top 10, then I'm all for it.
Absolutely. But what I was gonna say is that like they consider him like he probably was more skilled than Mike. You get what I'm saying? Like
Kobe been more skilled than
Michael Jordan.
Kobe had, I think, if you compared it to, I think Kobe had the better footwork than Mike.
Yeah, like he had better footwork. He had a better handle probably, and he the handle not by much. I think they're pretty like neck and neck around handle wise. But Kobe did used to be shifty as hell too.
Kobe had the luxury of learning what a crossover is.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say too. Like back then it wasn't like I'm going to put the ball in front of you and just fuck you up. Like it was like the ball is going to be right here, my body's here.
Yeah. But if you look at Michael Jordan highlights, Michael Jordan was doing step backs before step backs were really a thing.
Yeah. It was a super small step back, but it was still a step back though.
It was still a step back.
But then it was like Kobe's the better shooter too. Like I get the arguments, but they're really like neck and neck.
Kobe's the better shooter from 3.
Yeah,
Mike is the better shooter from mid range.
That's just automatic. If Mike's shooting it, it's automatic. Mike is also more efficient. I know people like drag that word, but if you're averaging 30,
if you're shooting 50%,
averaging 30, it's pretty damn efficient.
That's pretty efficient.
Pretty damn efficient.
All mid range jumpers.
Indeed.
And sometimes some cool looking layups and some dunks.
And the occasional 3 when Clyde Drexler started talking crazy.
When he wasn't. Clyde Drexler wasn't even talking crazy. It was the media who said, "No, Clyde's the better 3-point shooter," and Mike was like, "Okay,
y'all said he was better.
Whatever you say."
I don't think we need to discuss who the top 1 is.
6 rings, 6 Finals MVPs, 6-0 in the final.
Jordan. Michael Jordan.
Number 5 all time on the scoring list.
Oh, yeah. I thought you say some other. Is he 5? He might be 5.
I think he's 5.
He's either 4 or 5.
Kareem, Karl Malone, LeBron, Kobe, Mike. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kobe's number 4. Don't forget that.
4 now. My bad. Don't do this at home, kids. Yeah. So I don't think we'll get too much flack for those lists, especially the top of the list.
5-time MVP.
We only had one. We each only had one person that wasn't on the other's list.
Only shooting guard to win an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same year.
Why'd you whisper that? You probably didn't even pick it up on the plane. But it's cool though. You right. Shooting. I think what is it? Him, Hakeem and Giannis are the only ones to ever win Defensive Player of the Year, a Finals MVP, and an MVP. Yeah. And then you narrow it down even further, it's only Hakeem and Giannis for multiple Defensive Player of the Years and multiple MVPs.
If you narrow it down some more, Mike is the only guard to do it.
Yeah, indeed. You are correct, sir. It's only 2 guards I think who have won Defensive Player of the Year too.
Him and Gary
Payton. So yeah.
That's crazy.
Elite backcourt.
Hey, you want to talk about lockdown?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got a defensive player of the year at 6'6" guarding you.
That was only his 4th year in the league?
I think so.
Yeah, 4th year in the league, and you just coming in, all right, I'm locking everybody up now. Off the rip. That's crazy.
That's real life crazy. That's the second shooting guard in blocks.
Yeah.
Behind D-Wade.
That's crazy. D-Wade passed that man up with bad knees.
With bad knees.
With bad knees.
Terrible knees.
You want to get into the honorable mentions now, sir?
5-time MVP. Did I say that already? 9-time All Defensive Player. 3-time Steel Champ. 11 times.
Three times.
Okay.
He was on your left. Oh, yeah.
The game player. Motherfucker retired 8 times.
I was like, that nigga did lead the game a couple times.
Retired every other year. That's crazy. He retired twice, and we consider him the GOAT.
He retired 3 times.
He retired 3 times.
Yeah.
And we consider him the GOAT.
That's crazy. Imagine if he did.
I don't discuss those Wizards years.
Oh, yeah. If you're considering that, then yeah.
We don't talk about the Wizards years.
We don't talk about that. They blocked that out the memory.
Yeah, that's not gonna talk about Wizards.
So for the
honorable mentions,
I got we can just go one by one. I got Reggie Miller.
Okay,
he's in my honorable mentions. I know he was on your list, but he's in my honorable mentions.
Then we'll switch, and then my honorable mentions T-Mac.
Yeah.
I get 2-time scoring champ. I understand if you have him top 10. I understand. I'm not gonna argue with you. I get it. If he's top 10, he's in your top 10. He's not in mine. It's just longevity plays a part to me.
Yeah, I feel that. I got also Vince Carter is in my honorable mentions.
I do as well. Vince Carter.
Factamundo. This one might get a little bit of flack. DeMar DeRozan.
All right.
Do the Dave Chappelle runaway. DeMar DeRozan DeMar DeRozan has a pretty decent resume. I know it hurts him a whole lot, not having that ring on his resume or even a finals appearance on his resume. Hopefully, we get back there. He gets that this season. Hopefully,
I raise you, DeMar DeRozan, or I see your DeMar DeRozan, and I raise you, Jimmy Butler, who has a finals appearance.
He does have a finals appearance. I don't think that'll be that controversial.
I don't know. Some people might not like it.
It's like Jimmy Butler is actually probably one of the more polarized players because either you really love Jimmy or you really hate Jimmy. I have not missed one. Oh, Jimmy's okay. I haven't seen no person that's been like Jimmy's okay.
Yeah, Jimmy's all right. He's good. He's solid. Yeah.
I love Jimmy just because he was on the Bulls. If he wasn't ever on the Bulls, I probably would hate Jimmy Butler.
Well, I love Jimmy because I've told you this many times. I love Jimmy because I knew it. I felt it in my bones, in my soul when he got drafted. I still remember watching the draft. I watched the draft when he got drafted because I wanted to see who the Bulls were going to draft.
Yeah.
At number 30, and Jimmy Butler came up. I'm like, that dude got a weird shaped head, but I think he's going to be something. And I will look up Marquette highlights of him, and I'll be like, he's going to be something.
He's next.
And then that year, his rookie year, that was when Brian Scalabrine was on the team, and everybody be at the crowd, Scalabrine, and I'll be like, Jimmy Butler. And then when he finally got that time to shine, I was like, that's my dog. That's my dog. He made it. And he actually made something out of himself. He really came from nothing.
Came from the mud.
Got it out the mud. Came from the trenches.
His movie is going to be elite.
It has to be. And made it to the finals.
Like 15 years.
And played against LeBron and gave LeBron buckets until the last game where the Lakers were just like, that's enough playing around. But he played his heart out.
Yeah.
There's no doubt, and you can not like Jimmy Butler all you want, but you can't say that man don't have heart though.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would question that. They just say he can't shoot.
He got no jumper. Hey, mid range is decent.
Mid range.
That three is
like that.
That 3 is shaky though. I don't know why these last few years that 3's been shaky.
He was solid. He was on like even the Sixers. Even the Sixers, he was still respectable.
3 was solid.
But yeah, now it's just, what are you doing?
Went to the Heat and they're like, we don't shoot 3s here. Don't you know who D-Wade is? Everybody else shoots 3s. But if you're the franchise player, no 3s.
No 3s.
No 3s for you.
It's kind of a random one, but it's more so me projecting because of, like you said, injuries were cut short. I'm bringing Brandon Rory up in this conversation.
I'm glad you brought him up because I did. I mean, I have him, but I was just talking about longevity, so I wasn't gonna say.
No, I have him in honorable mention just because Brandon Roy was like that.
Brandon Roy was like that, man.
Brandon Roy was like that.
He's probably not top 20 though.
No, he's not top 20. I just want to show love to Brandon Roy. There's gonna be a lot of other players that they will be like, you forgot ... I'm aware.
Yeah.
You can't go honorable mentions for like 15 minutes. We ain't doing that today.
You can't. There's a lot of honorable mentions out there. We might as well get the top 20. And then we have honorable mentions there. And you're like, you missed these people. And you got to do top 30. It just keeps going and going.
I don't think he's like top 20. Maybe not top 15. Maybe top 20, depending on like how it shakes out. I don't know. I got to look at that. Brandon Roy. That's a lot of deep dive. I just want to show some love to Brandon Roy. Players, man. Brandon Roy made me a Blazer fan for like 3 seasons.
I'm finna watch Brandon Roy highlights. All right. Is that all your honorable mentions?
That is all my honorable mentions.
I got one more.
Go ahead.
Joe Dumars.
Damn.
Joe Dumars.
Joe Dumars might have to be with Tracy Mcgrady. Damn.
The Jordan stopper, even though.
He didn't stop Jordan. Yeah. He stopped Jordan a couple times. It just wasn't the Jordan stopper. It was like you're just a Jordan slow downer. Yeah. A little bit.
Hey, Mitch Richman. Throw him in there. He's an honorable mention. He was getting buckets.
Yeah.
He has a ring.
Yeah, damn, Mitch Richman do got a ring. Why do I always forget Rich Richman got a ring? You always
Hall of
Rich
Famer.
Richman too. Yeah, that's all I got. I ain't had nobody else for my honorable mentions.
Chris Mullin.
You just thinking out names now.
No, I think Chris Mullin was a 3. Chris Mullin used to get buckets, though. Chris Mullin, he's going to be in my honorable mentions for small forward. But Chris Mullin used to get buckets.
Chris Mullin was a bucket.
That's all I got, man.
All right.
I got my fact of the week.
Everybody's favorite segment.
Fact of the week.
The fact of the week from Loso.
Oh.
The Grosso.
Oh.
The host.
Part host. Co-host, though.
Such motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about it.
So, we all know Sir Trae Young.
We do know Sir Trae Young.
Would you consider him...
Ice Trader Gang.
All right. Would you consider him a prolific three-point shooter as in this last year?
The word prolific may be a little bit looser now. Prolific, yes. Super efficient, then probably. But go ahead.
Okay.
Prolific, I would say prolific, yes.
So I think we all think that Trae Young, he likes to take his threes.
He does.
From rather deep.
Indeed.
We like to consider Trae Young maybe a good shooter amongst the NBA.
Indeed.
So let's say it like this. There is somebody who has one 3-point make ahead of him.
Okay.
And it's not somebody who you would think. Do you want to take a wild guess?
That has more than him? Are
they
not known?
It's just one make.
Just one more?
With less shots though.
For this season?
For this past season, yes.
Can I get the conference?
Can you get the what?
The conference for the player
the Western Conference.
If I go by team, will you tell me if I get on the right team?
Sure.
Were they on the Lakers this year?
Yeah.
Is it Kyle Kuzma?
It is. It's Kyle Kuzma.
It's something I was like, all right.
It's Kyle Kuzma. Everybody talks about poor Kuz. Kuz can't shoot. Kuz can't do this. Kuz made 137 threes this past year. Trae Young made 136 while taking 17 less shots than Trae Young.
Damn. I think I don't want to do it this episode. I do want to talk about Kyle Kuzma, but it's not going to be this episode.
Shout out to Kuzma.
I think
maybe he'll get it.
I'll just give the only thing I want to say. I'll say go further down. I think he's not going to be this season what he's been the last few seasons. That's all I'm gonna say. Like the last 2, I don't think.
He has no choice. But
I mean, not even that. But I think it's like I said, another episode, probably a few later down the line.
I'm pretty sure Kuz probably gonna be there starting 4.
Starting 3 or 4 is between him and Rui.
Oh, Rui, yeah, he might be 3.
Might be. He is like the tweener. So like.
Both of them are tweeners.
Yeah, but Rui is stronger, so I'll put that motherfucker to 4. Or Rui actually plays better defense, so I wouldn't want Kuz getting bodied in the post. Depending on what team they play, they might switch to a defensive matchup. But
I think Kuz is going to average a whopping 19 points per game next year.
Good prediction.
19-7.
19-7 and 2.
19-7 and 2, maybe 3.
Maybe 3. We'll see.
Hey, when it was him and Lonzo, he was throwing dimes. Yeah. Him, Lonzo, and Brandon Ingram. He's low-key throwing dimes.
Yeah. But yeah, you anything else you want to say for this episode?
Nah, that's it. Just shout out to Kuz.
Shout out Kuz.
Kuz be getting the bad end of the stick.
Yeah. All right, that is for this week's episode of the Laboratory Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, like it, review it, share it with your friends. If you listen on Spotify, do the same thing. Just share it with your friends. And, we're not on iHeart yet, but we're trying to get to iHeart because iHeart ain't showing us no love. Where your heart? iHeart. Anywho, anything you want to say in the closing remarks, bro?
Shout out to Rico from Friendly Fire, who also raps, apparently.
Rico is a jack of all trades. Rico, yeah, that I'm probably gonna post a freestyle on the page, but that shit was nice.
Matter of fact, if you this is how we're gonna do it real quick. This is the end of the episode. And you waited this long, if you have anything you want us to help promote you, let us know.
Yeah. He does that on his podcast too. I like that.
So,
like, if you got like any music you want to share, if we like it, well, if we don't like it,
if you got a song out, if you got a freestyle, if you got your own podcast, if you got anything that you want to, we don't have a big audience, obviously, but we can try. We can help.
We can do what we can.
Yeah,
we'll post the link in the description. Yeah, but as always, like we always like to do the helping hand and stuff.
But you know how you have to do it though. Gotta like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, what he said. That's.
You gotta follow us on Instagram.
I like that.
You gotta get on Twitter.
He's smart.
You gotta hit us in the DMs. You feel me? Not like that. That's the end of the episode.
She gay.
Hey, whoa! We're in 2021.
No, I'm just kidding, bro. I'm sorry. That video is funny as hell, bro. If y'all don't watch Jack, I'm gonna post a video later, bro. I gotta post it.
That's enough of that.